Hello and welcome to Hardcore Zikesnor. I'm Zikesnor and I will have to start off with a little, well, what do you call it? Caveat or notification, I guess. Yesterday I was playing. I've played for about an hour and 40 minutes and then I realized it was not recording. So I'm a few days further than I was yesterday, or last time I should say, and I've managed to dig some sand. I needed sand, I wanted to make glass. I've got glass going, and I managed to get 2 armor trims. What happened was I knew that behind the village over there I had seen some sandy areas, like a small desert area, and I went there and I found not one but even 2 small desert villages, and I also found a pillager tower, and the pillager tower is where I got the no, I may have found this in the temple actually. Did I find the trims in the temple or in the pillager tower? No, I think in the temple. Anyways, I've done that. Then I started digging a tunnel through the, well, let's just say cliff wall here to get to the lake in the center of the crater, because that's where I want to build a mob farm. And I arrived there, literally dug the last block through and saw the lake, and then I realized I need materials, so I wanted to walk back and have a little break. Ooh. Look at that. And then continue, and then I realized I wasn't recording. And as you can see, it is night, and I haven't slept for a couple days, so let's see if I can get some membranes now. This is one of those things that are probably reasonably easy to get, but you almost never do because, well, I just sleep through the night, so... Let's go. Maybe I need to go to an open area where it's easier to fight with them. Ignore the zombies. Ignore the creeper. Just trying to get to an area where I can fight the membranes. Oh, apparently here. Let's go. Ooh. There are quite a lot here. Oh dear. Come on, Phantom. I need your membranes. Ooh, I didn't get them. Oh well. We'll come back. I hope it doesn't turn day yet. The one time I don't want it to turn day. Ah. I was too late. Oh, there's 4 now. Sneaky. Come on. Come on, Phantoms. There we go, there we go. Yeah, I should have been in the plains biome. It's easier, I think. But then maybe also more dangerous. What the heck? I keep missing it when they attack. And I used to do this with a bow, but I'm trying to do it with a sword because I got loot in. So that seemed to make sense. Oh dear, there's less now. There's only 2. What happened? Oh, you're stuck in a tree. Let's do it that old-fashioned way, come on. That's one membrane. You don't really get a lot of time to hit them with the sword, so... What the? How rude. Come on, phantoms. Come on. Oh. I'm still quite surprised with how hard they are to hit when they're high up. I usually wait until they're sort of almost horizontally flying at you. But yeah. Are they gone now? I only have 1. Eh. That's not a lot. Let's see if I can make it to the plains before daytime comes. What would be a good way to get membranes? Is there like a farm for them? Can I, for example, make them fly into cobwebs or something, or spider webs or something? Is that a thing? There's one. Come on then. There. That's how I would normally do it, but I just decided I wanted to use my looting sword. But I mean, if you can't kill him with the looting sword, looting is not going to do anything. Can we get any more? It would be nice to have 1 or 2 more. I'm happy with 2 though. That's good already. Woohoo! Big boom. Big boom. Hey, that one turned drowned on the land. That's weird. Never seen that happen. Yeah, it's getting light. That was it. 2 membranes. Fair enough. I'll take it. Right, so back to the whole farm thing. Oh yeah, yeah, so there in the distance is a desert. And we visited that about 600 blocks away. And it was pretty cool. Didn't find too many nice things. I found 1 diamond, 4 emeralds, the 2 armor trims. That's pretty much it, to be honest. So not that much good stuff, but it was a nice trip out. You know, I did take the TNT from the temple. But, you know, I don't really need it, let's be fair. Especially because I'm going to make a farm that generates gunpowder right now. Which should be good. Let me check one thing real quick. Yes, my sound is on. I'm very paranoid now. I don't want to don't want to not record. That was terrible. Literally an hour and 40 minutes of nice exploration. I did something different for a change, because you know we've been having a couple of really stressful episodes in the Nether, and now I've got to do something really boring, because making a farm is pretty boring, to be honest. So yeah, that would have been nice for a change, but no. Unfortunately, it's the first time that happens in the entire series, so that's okay, I guess. But yeah, so I've made 4 observers, a couple of hoppers. I made 4 pistons and 4 redstone torches. That's for making the trident killer. And I took the trident out of the zombie farm that we have, because I don't have a second trident yet. But, you know, eventually. And yeah, like I said, I dug a tunnel. So it's nothing special, it's just literally the smallest kind of tunnel that you can make. Wow, lots of creatures. Leave me alone. No, 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 no. Leave me alone. Why is there so many? What the heck? They are everywhere. Anyways, here's the tunnel. This leads literally into the, or all the way to the lake where we started the game. And where I initially thought I was going to make a base. And I think I am going to make a base there. I think I want to make the base in the middle of the lake. The lake has a really deep part on one side. Deep section. Here, beautiful lake. On that side is a shallow part, but on this side, the middle of it is super deep. It's pretty deep. And I figured, you know, that makes it so that not much will spawn there. At least I won't be bothered with drowns that swim up all the time. So in the middle of there, I wanna make a farm. Now, I could go to a desert, because then I eliminate zombie spawns, because the only zombies that spawn there are husks, and a husk needs skyblock above it. Or at least just like a beacon, it needs to be unblocked. Otherwise they won't spawn, so that would take that out of it. I could also go up really high, where no other creatures can spawn, to get the rates up a little bit. But the reality is, what I do, just like with the sheep in my temporary base there, I want to live in an area and hang out in an area, and while you're there the farm is on, so you don't really need to make huge numbers. You could just, you know, get a little bit from it, but just on the long run you still make enough, you get enough resources. That's what I want to do. So I'm just gonna make a farm here in the middle of the lake. Even though I understand there are things that could spawn down there or on the sides of the lake, but I think we will be fine. I think we will at least get the couple of stacks of gunpowder that we need. I am gonna make a general mob farm. Oh, let me go here first. I am gonna make a general mob farm instead of just creepers, and I don't really want zombies, to be fair. But I would like bone, for example, so I'm gonna allow skeletons and zombies to spawn for the simple reason that I will get some bone out of it. And in the future, if we do come back from the end, bone meal is obviously gonna be great. I don't exactly know where or on what coordinate or whatever. I'm just gonna estimate, like, you know, this is a good spot. And I'm also not going to build my base eventually with this block. I am probably going to make that out of dirt and stone and whatever. But I will build that around this farm. So you won't actually see the farm anymore. I will cover it up. So yeah, it's very simple. I have a lot of this block. Why would I not use it? Basically. Right, so what I first am gonna make is a 4x4 area, because that's the size of a trident killer, and that is what I want to make. And I am going to make the storage below this, because what I want to see when I walk on my base, and that's going to be around here, is I literally want to see the creatures fall in this glass cylinder and into the trident killer. I want that to be visible. Now, I don't want the trident killer always to be on, which means in the middle I'm going to put 4 magma blocks, and those magma blocks will kill most of the mobs, but it will obviously not give me the XP or the looting bonus then, and it will not kill witches. but witches are pretty rare to spawn in there, so I'm not too worried about that. And if they do spawn, I can just turn on the trident killer for a few seconds, and you know, that way. The only other downside is that that means that I will have to get into the water to get the storage going. In the beginning, I won't build that yet. I will first just put a chest here on the side, have some hoppers going to it, you know, and make a very simple thing. But eventually, I'll have a storage that that filters, and you know, just a proper storage. Right now, I'll just make enough so that I can get a couple of stacks of gunpowder, and that's it. Right. So let's start with. Do I have map my cubes with me? I do not. That's okay. I will start with making the trident killer. I need to put that one down. My stuff is in there. There we go. Now, a trident killer is basically, in case you don't know and you haven't seen my little zombie farm build, there's going to be a 2x2 area in the center where all the mobs will form or fall. They will fall down from the farm, and we want them to be automatically killed there. But we want the kill to count as ours. And when you throw a trident and it's like this in the ground, at that moment it is still considered your weapon. So if that hits a creature, then the creature kill or damage counts as yours. Now, obviously we don't want to hold it, we want it to be pushed around by pistons. The pistons will push the trident from spot to spot to spot, and it will be hit by creatures, and it counts as our kill. Now, I shouldn't have put that one first. I should actually put the observers first, because that's easiest. For no other reason. You don't have to, but it's just easier. Because they're directional. Right, and then we put the pistons there, and there, and there, and there. And then we put the redstone torches there, there, there. And the next one that I will place will make it a loop, and it will start moving. Right. Now, I didn't bring a lever, or lever. I think, oh, I did. I did. Good stuff. Now put this on any of the pistons, and you can stop it. Right, now I'm gonna demonstrate really quick the trident bit. Put that in the base of the piston, but as soon as the piston moves, this will fall down to the ground and be moved around by the pistons. Not as exaggerated as I show, it will more be like in a little area, but you'll see. Right, now if creatures fall in that, or when creatures fall into that, and they get hit by the trident, that counts as damage and it will eventually kill them. Hence the name Trident Killer. Right, so that bit is done. Now we need to build a glass dome on top. Or I want to build a glass dome on top. I say dome, but that's not actually correct. There. I'll put that there for now. Eventually, like I said, this entire thing will become a different material. But for now, this will work just fine. I will also make the terrain this tall, so you'll actually look into the device. Right. Now, it's a matter of building up from here on. So, let's do that, and let's try not to fall down, because, you know, obviously, especially if we hit that bit, that could be deadly eventually, because we're going to be up reasonably high. Oh, that's our phantoms again. Oh my gosh. Well, it's fine. I'm just going to go in here and get out. I forgot that I didn't sleep yet. Ooh, look at them. That all needs to be spawn proof. The fact that there are so many creatures there already means that yes, we can totally make things spawn here, no worries. Right. I'm gonna stand here for a moment so we a little bit more safe. So that I can run away and hide if I need to. Oh, I missed. Oh dear. That was not good. Nope. And I'm getting shot at as well. Oh no, that's my own arrow that came back. Oh my gosh. Would my own arrow damage me? I don't think so. Ah, there's one in the tree there. Don't think I dropped the membrane. Okay, I guess I need to be out here a little bit more so that they can actually see me. And now I am hearing drowns. Oh yeah. Yeah, so near the what do you call that? Shore? Near the shore, near land, there's more shallow part. Okay, he appeared out of nowhere, and to be really honest, I feel like that was a bit laggy, a little bit. When I turned around, it was already gone again, so here we go. That's a hit. I was prepared this time. And I think I saw a membrane. Pretty sure I did. I hope it still comes up. Are there any more? No? No more? Alright, let's see if that membrane is there. There it is. Good, so we've got 3 now. That's pretty decent. It's a decent amount. I can live with that. I wanted 3 or 4, so... There, no, not be disturbed anymore. Right, so what I wanted to do is climb or build up. So let's do that. Right. Oh. Did I not have more? I thought I had a couple more of those. I do actually at the base, but... I did not realize. I also can't believe that I now dropped one into the water. Well, we will leave one spot open and that will become that glass. There we go. Beautiful. Now let's go find it. There. Lovely. Okay, so this will have to be our way up, unfortunately. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to make a mess. But I guess I'm gonna have to... Oh yeah, I'm doing the same thing now. I need to take this then. Let's go. Now I can actually stay up there. Awesome. Okay. Now, the idea here is that... am I gonna go higher up? Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go higher up even. The idea is that we build an area where mobs will spawn, and we will use water to flush them all into this hole and gather them down there into the trident killer. It's actually a super basic and very old farm type, but it works and it's really pretty easy to make. Almost never fails, so you know, why not stick to what we know. Right, we need to have 4 blocks from this edge to the outside, so in every direction that's what we're gonna do. And then we are going to fill up this square. There we go. This is the area where we will put the water that will flush into the center. It's sort of like a collection spot. Now I do know there's way more mob farm types, and there's also ways to specifically modify it so that we can only get creepers. And there are many different types of creeper farms, but I'm gonna make it a general mob farm. The only thing I'm gonna exclude is spiders. Just because I have no need for them really, you know. Right. Now then, we will need to build up a little edge around the area where the water will be, to contain the water, shall we say. There we go. And now I should have brought water buckets, but I didn't, so that's a bit stupid. I'm gonna have to go down again. It's so odd because I'm so used to having elytra. So to struggle with going up and down, this is just whatever. Let's go. We'll just have to build a ladder so that we can go up and down easily. I think this is a good moment for that. Right. I do have some ladders actually. Good. And that's where the buckets are. Let's go. Right. A ladder. I suppose somewhere around here will be a good spot for a ladder. Right, so right now we can do it there. But this ladder will obviously become higher and higher. There we go. We just about have enough blocks. I do think I have more ladder, but I'm not sure if I brought it or brought them. I did not, but I do have logs here, so I suppose I could just make some. Right. Sticks, ladders, good stuff. Now, gotta put the wood back. There we go. Okay, so here's the thing. Water. I only have 2 buckets. I have 4 corners where I need to put water. So the very first thing I need to do is make a little infinite water thingy. There. And then I can fill the other 2 buckets. There we go. Oh, actually, that's not very smart. I should have just left it for now, so that I can fill the other bucket again. And we can have full buckets at the end. Anyways, so the idea is that when you put it in the corner, that it exactly reaches the edge of the hole. It doesn't go into the hole, because we don't want that. If it does do that, you could totally prevent that by putting a button on these faces here, and it will prevent the water from going down, but this is just neat, you know. Do it this way. Work neatly, work nice. I just really went too deep. There we go. There. Right, so now, as you can see, hey, why is this square not getting water? That makes no sense. Let's do that again. See, that made no sense. That was a glitch. This is nicely leading to the hole now, so now what we need to do is go up 2 blocks before we put the ceiling. In fact, 3. We will have a 2 block space underneath the ceiling, so above the water, let's say, which will allow the mobs to go through. Once the mobs fall into that water, they do need to be able to freely flow into that hole in not too long, because the longer the mobs are alive, the longer the mob cap will be up. And you want to clear that mob limit as soon as you can, so that obviously you can spawn new mobs. Now, in Bedrock that's not really a thing. Talking about efficient farms and stuff, it doesn't matter. If I really wanted efficient, I wouldn't be building this type of farm, relying on natural spawn, for example. And yeah, it's not Java where you can get like 10,000 gunpowder in an hour and stuff. We'll be really happy if we get 1 or 2 stacks in an hour. But the reality is I only need a few stacks. So, you know, that shouldn't take too long. It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Right. There we go. Now this is the bit where it becomes a little bit trickier. We don't want to put just a floor in. I want the floor to have holes in it. And we got a bit of an odd situation where we have an even number of spots, which means that we will not be what do you call it? Symmetrical. So you see that here is no hole, and here the last block is a hole. It is what it is, you know. You could totally make the farm slightly bigger. It's not a problem. I do it this way simply because it's easy, and you know the waterway is already set up. And it really, like I said, it doesn't matter. Those few spots, spawn spots that you're missing. Who cares? If you really want hyperactive and productive farms, don't build here, don't build anywhere near land. Build bigger, build high up. Force respawns. Like for example the portal situation with zombified pigmen, like a gold farm. You know, every time you click on the portal, it forces zombified pigmen to come through. That sort of stuff, you know. You can play with that. Right. There we go. We made a platform with holes in it. Now, those holes are where the mobs are gonna fall through. Don't worry about it for now. Let's build up a little perimeter wall. There we go. And then it is trapdoor time. Right. The trick is to let the mobs try and pathfind. And when you put a trapdoor, even though the trapdoor is open, most mobs will see that as closed and try and walk through it. Which is the trick. Oh, I placed 2. That wasn't good. There we go. So the idea is to place trapdoors in these holes, and the creatures will try and pathfind and walk over those holes, or over the trapdoors, what they think is trapdoors, and they will fall into the holes. That's the entire concept of this farm, nothing else. And obviously all this is spawn area, as you can see. This is not as efficient as it could be with the forcing and stuff. Like, for example, you could make a similar farm but have water dispensed so that they get flushed out, and you know, it clears them up faster. But you know, whatever. I just can't be bothered. There's no need. Once you got a couple of stacks of gunpowder, you'll be set, you know, because in the time that you use that gunpowder, you'll generate more. Right. Now the only other thing we need to do is, I don't want spiders in here. Now you would think that spiders need a 2x2 spot to spawn, and you don't have a 2x2 spot because of this hole. So this is not 2x2. But unfortunately, all spider needs is one spot where there is one block in one direction and one block in the other direction. It doesn't look at that spot, so this will actually allow a spider to spawn. So we need to put a trapdoor there too. Now it only has single blocks to spawn. It doesn't have adjacent blocks. So this should prevent spiders from spawning in our farm. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spawn spots around every block, or around every hole. There we go. Now we don't want to fall in ourselves, because then, you know, you have to climb up again. It's just a hassle. There we go. That should be good. Now we build up the wall and make another layer on top, and then we will build the second floor in exactly the same way. Not much to it, really. And we will soon enough see if it works or not. But I've made plenty of these, so I'm reasonably sure that it works. Again, it won't be super efficient. It will definitely not be pretty with these materials, but that's all not a problem, because we will fix that later if we do survive the fight with the dragon. Right. I'm gonna make the next ceiling here. We only have 2 blocks space. 2 blocks minus that. Right? Oh. So not there. I was too low. There. There we go. There. Mm-hmm. The last one. Good stuff. And now we need to do the ones in between. So here that is there, there, oh, there, there, and there. Here it is there, 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 and there, etc. And we make exactly the same raster as below, because obviously when something falls through that hole, it should also fall through that hole. So those holes have to align. Make very sure that they do. Otherwise, fix it. Fix yo stop yo. And there. And that's the entire raster. Right. Now, here's something that is rather important. Oh, first I will say something else. If you do want only creepers to spawn, that is something that's possible. However, you'll find that there's a couple of problems in modern day mechanics. What we used to do is above these spawn spots, we'll put a trapdoor there too. Because skeletons and zombies are very close to 2 blocks tall, so they need this space to spawn. However, a creeper is slightly smaller. It's only 1.8, I believe, something like that. So they can spawn in here, while a skeleton and a zombie cannot. However, you will have to find a different solution for the trapdoors on the floor if you do that, because they will get stuck if they are in this spot and they're limited by that space and that space. They can't get up this trapdoor. Like right now, I can't get up that without crouching, because of the space between those two trapdoors is even less than what a creeper size is. So it would get stuck there. It wouldn't even start pathfinding. So that doesn't really work that well. You can though. I mean, in theory, it would spawn only creepers. It's just hard to get them moving and to get them, yeah, to get them actually fall into the holes. So I'm gonna say go for general mob farm and just filter your gunpowder out. Now, clearly, if you really don't want any other mob drops, then that is a little bit of a waste of time in spawn spots. But since I wouldn't mind having some bones, I think that's actually a good deal. Right. So I'm gonna leave those that level as it is, and I'm gonna build a level exactly the same on top. And then probably one more on top of that. And then we'll see if we can get some spawns already. You should really make 4 or 5 layers at least. But, you know, again, we're not going for super powerful right now. I'm just trying to make something that can get me enough so that I can go to the end after a few hours of AFKing. And, yeah, get by that way. I should have stayed on there and do another layer first. There we go. And there we go. Yep, I'm gonna have to get more blocks before I can do anything else. Right, now I'm not 100% sure on what side I am. Yeah, okay. Good stuff. There's a spider. Look at that. Right. I'm gonna just ignore all these creatures. No, not ignore them. I'm gonna jump and just kill them quickly, because, you know, there's always gonna be something, I feel. Anyways, I need to get back to the ender chest. Beautiful. I'll take all that, thank you. Good stuff. And from here I'm just gonna go up further. There we go. Good system. I hope I don't die falling into it. There we go. Let's see what time it is. Oh, we're making good progress. Thank the heavens, because again, this is pretty boring. I built many of these in various ways, because there was always something. Like for example, in the middle where I put a trapdoor, it used to be fence posts that go there. But especially creepers and zombies tend to get stuck on those these days. So something changed in the pathfinding mechanic, and they can't really work with those anymore. So hence we moving to trapdoors. But yeah, that causes all sorts of other new problems. So it's a bit tricky. We also used to use buttons, but buttons don't seem to prevent spiders from spawning anymore, so yeah, what do you do? Oh, here's a tip. The trapdoor you put in the middle can technically be in any direction. It doesn't really matter too much. However, the trapdoors in the hole should all be on the same side. So in that case, it's on that side. Here it should be on that side. Why? Because if I fall into this bit, I fall unhindered. If right there, where my cursor is, there would be a trapdoor, and I would fall into this hole on this side, and there's a trapdoor there, I would stay on it. I'll show you. You can actually stand on this trapdoor. See, I'm now on the trapdoor. This is the tile. This is trapdoor. So I don't want that. I don't want him to get stuck. I want him to have a straight path down. So make sure that all the trapdoors are on the same side of the hole. Yeah? Good stuff. Quite important. Now, let me do that real quick. I brought plenty of trapdoors, so I could in theory make many layers. But we first need a little bit of proof to see the first couple of spawns, and then, you know, we can always choose to put an extra couple on top. There we go. Now we need to put them in the middle on all the crossroads. There. There. Right, and that's another layer. Now then, I'm gonna get up and rinse and repeat. We do one more, at least. We should really do 3 more, or 4 more. But again, we first want to see it in action a little bit. Well, maybe I will make another 2 layers. I should just do it properly. Also depending a little bit on how much material I brought though, because you may be short on blocks. Now we have plenty at the base though, so we'll just walk there quickly and get some. Right. Same thing again. Couple more there. Sorry, I went quiet a bit. I'm so used to making these, so that And normally normally I've got something on the side, like some music or a video running or whatever. I'm a bit zoned out on the automatic pilot. Anyone can make this. Doesn't matter what kind of materials you use. You could make this out of dirt and oak, you know, the very first materials you can get in the game. Or cobble or whatever. Very accessible farm. Very useful. Not great at anything, like I said, but perfectly adequate to get some resources at the beginning of a game. Or in the early game, shall we say. And that's exactly what we're doing. There we go. Yep. That is lovely. Indeed. Beautiful. Right. The crossroads. Needed to check if I actually put it on the right side of the hole, but yeah, I did. That's the problem with automatic pilot. You're probably doing it right, but can't guarantee it, because I was zoned out. Yep. But hey, that's not a bad thing in this case. Especially because Minecraft is in many ways a grindy game, you know. There we go, that's another layer. Amazing. I think I should have built the first layer up higher, but yeah, it'll be fine. It will be fine. And another layer. Yep. And here we go again. All over there. All over there. Yeah, the water flush systems used to be interesting, but you would make an entire platform a similar way. So you'd use fence posts to prevent spiders from spawning and stuff, and the trapdoors to keep other mobs from spawning. But then there was no holes in it. It would just be a timer, an ethos hopper clock, in case you are familiar, and that would activate dispensers with water buckets, so they would literally flush all the mobs off the edge of the platform, and that's pretty cool as well, and it works. But then they still are slightly prone to get stuck, and it regularly happens that the timer is well, you basically have a period in which mobs can't spawn because there's water, and where they have already spawned but you're not flushing yet. So there's this feeling of the timing is never good. It's not just you can adjust it, it's just it never really works very well. So I've stopped using that system. And I just use this now. It's just like I said, it's pretty much the easiest way to do it. Maybe not ideal, but right. So I do need to go get more materials, I believe, if I want to keep doing this. Unless I build the rest out of planks, but yeah. Let's quickly walk back and see if I can fix that. I think that's a better plan. Oh, that was a fail. Oh, that's a fail too. Didn't realize it was night actually. Did not realize. However, that's okay. Right, let me run back real quick and get some more materials. I think I have more netherrack. Look at how ugly that is. I think I've got more netherrack, and otherwise I'll just use deep slate or something, you know, something I don't really need to see. But I'll just cover it up with a different skin, let's say, later. Let's put blocks in front of it. It will all be good. It'll be fine. Whee! There we go. I saw some floating melons. I'm going to just ignore those. There we go. It's a shame that I wasn't recording the whole trip in the desert, and conquering the pillager outpost was pretty cool. I was quite nervous about the pillager outpost, to be honest, because hardcore, you know, like, yeah. But it's cool. Definitely cool. Right. Okay, okay. Let's go. I'm gonna put that in there for now. Definitely gonna keep the mob props here. Very good. Very pleased with those. I don't need more water, I think, for now. Might as well put the buckets in there. Right. Am I gonna take any other material instead? I suppose I could take some deep slate. Okay. Now let's go back real quick. I don't have too much food anymore, I see. That's not good, eh? We can't be without food. Oh, those are simply not cooked. What the? What's that about? Got the whole auto cooker thing set up? Yeah, it's terrible. I don't really want to go eat bread again, because bread's not great. Oh. We're out of fuel, really? Okay. I suppose we can quickly get up some. I'll put this in here for now. We got the fortune pick. And we will get some coal. It's crazy to hear those ghast sounds. Well, for years you associated those with danger, you know, like, very weird. Alright, let's go. we're getting a decent amount, about 2 stacks-ish, I'm gonna guess. Not quite. But not bad. It will do. It will do. Yeah, it will do. No worries, it will smelt out. I will live with this for now. I've got 11 food with me, that should be fine. Oh, I just thought about something. Okay, I'm gonna run back, because I am gonna need some mine carts as well. And, oh yeah, and the magma cubes. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna do that, because the magma cubes make it a lot quieter. So if I am at the base, that's probably a good plan, actually. Right, mine carts. I probably don't have any yet, but I do have iron. But where do I have all? Is that all my iron? The 10? No way. Ah. That changes everything. It does, it does. Right, so that's that. Now I'll put, I can put the iron in here, I guess. There. Now I do need some rails as well. I need 2 rails. And I need 2 fence posts. I guess. No? Where did I put fence posts? I know I have some somewhere. Oh, no, I've actually used that next to my nether wart patch. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Do I have any wood here? No, I'll have to do that over there. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Let's go. I do quickly want to finish this, because then I can AFK, and then maybe tomorrow or Sunday, because it's Friday night now. Maybe tomorrow or Sunday I can try and find the stronghold and the portal to the end. That would be quite amazing, to be fair. Quick sip of my cold tea. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's go. What is this white flash? I don't know if you guys see that, but it's not there now. What was that? I'm very sure I saw a very strange white square flash. I don't know how to explain it. A visual glitch anyway. Okay. Now let me get back on there. Okay. Now where's my ladders? There. Let's start with that. Because those need to go up a bit more. Awesome. Right. Back to where I was. There. Now, we need to get back down there. I don't know why, but I made this raster before I even finished this side of the farm. And you first need to put the trapdoors. Getting lazier, complacent. Not really. Right. Into that side of the hole. There we go. Layer 4 already. We're getting there, we're getting there. Now, most of this won't actually load mobs in or spawn mobs in. Especially the lower layers, because they will be too close to where you normally walk around in your base. However, sometimes you're on the outskirts of your base, or you're only just arriving, and in that moment, those will be in range, those bottom layers. And you go up pretty high, so that, you know, the higher up layers will generate when you're close to the farm. That all went pretty wrong. There we go. Right. And as you know, now we'll do the crossings to prevent the spiders. There we go. Another layer done. Let's go up to the next one. Let's first put the outer wall on there. I think this will be our last layer for now. Not forever. On the other hand, maybe I can take a 5-minute break and then just come back and do it instead of rushing this, and maybe I should make an extra layer. I think I should. More layers in this case is better. And there I had nothing to say for a few minutes. Absolutely nothing. We're almost there though, so that's pretty cool. Ooh, oh, almost made the mistake of walking into the hole. Don't do that. It's not good. You don't want to be there. Tried it, trust me. Nope. Good stuff. Oh, placed that wrong. Let's pick it up. Don't know why I'm doing it this way now. Now we're gonna have to go back and open them up. That's a bit silly. And then again, I can walk over these while they're closed and not fall in. Anyways, oh, that is that. And now we do the crossings. So there and there. 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 Okay. Now I'm going to go up to the, let's call it the roof for now. It's not really though. Ooh. I wanted to use a different block so I could recognize it, but I guess I will solve that problem a different way. I'll do that, and then there and there. That's basically the raster of the holes. There we go. I'm gonna close these off. Oh, so that it gets dark enough inside. Don't use slabs on the top of the farm. Because slabs are have been bugged for a long time, and they sort of leave light through in many cases. So if you want to farm really dark, you're gonna have to have a solid block. Okay. Now I do need to put torches here, because otherwise they will spawn on top of the farm, and that's not gonna help us either. So let's put some torchy spam. There we go. Now I'm gonna hop off. Whee! Ooh! There's already enemies. Yes. You're mean. I know. There. And we should, at this distance, I believe, already see mobs spawning in the farm. Because at this distance, this skeleton also spawned. So, anytime now, we should be able to see some mobs appearing. Don't know how many. And how fast, but it should work. Let me put torches all over here. I don't want to put slabs and stuff, but we do need to mob proof it. There we go. Yeah, I should have made that farm way higher up. As in, this bit should have been way higher. But there we go. Our first skeleton has just dropped down. And a zombie. So there you go. The farm works. Now it seems I picked up the trident. That is a little bit of a problem, obviously. So let me fix that. There we go, it's in there. Now, it seems I didn't pick up the glass block though. Really? Okay. That's a bit weird. Oh, I'm using my fortune pick, that's what it is. Darn it. That's a waste. Okay, I'm gonna block this off real quick. We know now that indeed mobs can spawn in there. Now let's make a collection system. So in here I want to have the magma blocks for the reason that they will kill mobs even without the trident. Most mobs anyway. There we go. Oh, did that wrong. There we go. Now the problem with this, especially because I don't have glass now. Let me do this real quick. It's a bit of a shame, but then I can still see them. Right, now I need to go underneath this and create a collection system. However, I need a dry little space for that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put blocks everywhere. And then hollow it out. So that there's no water blocks there. Now this is obviously a lot easier because I've got respiration now. Without respiration, this is terrible. Don't do this stuff if you don't have respiration. It would just be painful. There we go. We are getting there. And now I want to dig in here. There we go. And now I can make a little tiny dry room. There we go. Our little tiny dry room. Right, now then. I'm gonna try and extend this a little bit. I think I need more space, but the idea is good. What I need is I need to have a hopper minecart underneath these blocks to pull items through. Those need to be on top of hoppers. I only brought 2 hoppers. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna get out of here and do a little bit more work. Should I make it bigger? I should make it bigger, I think. Yeah, at least 1 deeper. Oh. That went slightly out. There we go. Very good. Ooh. There we go. Little closed room. Right. Do I have wood? Yes, it will be up there, won't it? It will. Right. I could use trapdoors, I suppose, but I just want to use 2 buttons, really. Button and button. Right. Now I feel that's the easiest way to do this. To prevent the water from coming in. There we go. Now the inside is dry. And stays dry. Awesome. Okay, now I need those hoppers. Which are also, I think, in the ender chest. Oops. I wasn't in time. And again, I wasn't in time. There we go. Silly. Okay. So in here, I will have these blocks. On top of these blocks, I will have hoppers. Oh, how am I gonna do that? That's a good question. Where's the chest gonna go? Okay. Okay, first I'm gonna go into that block, into that hopper. Ooh, now I'm very confused how I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Yeah, difficult one. Okay. Why am I struggling with this, you wonder? Well, yeah, no, I'm just gonna do it this way. What I'm used to, or what I used to do, is have a block here. On top of that block, I would put a fence post, and I would put the minecart against that. But on top of the and that used to work, but I'm not sure if that still does work. Plus that, nah, I don't need to do that. No, let me just make it this way. Maybe I can even have a little circle of rails on top of it. Thinking about many things now. Yeah, maybe I should just do that. Let's make it slightly bigger, and let's just make a little loop. I should have probably brought more rails, to be fair. But that's okay. We will fix all of it. Do I have material for rails? Don't know how much that gets me, but... How many rails do I get for that? Oh, well, that's definitely enough. Oh, but no. I also need... yeah, I need powered rails. That's a bummer. So I'm gonna have to run back anyway. Alright, let's do that quick then. Because we're pretty close to just having it done. I need gold. Let's go. And then I shall AFK for a little bit. And move around a couple times while I AFK to see if I can find a good AFK spot. Where we have decent spawns, because that is going to be an issue. Especially because I haven't spawn proofed anything around us. You know, putting slabs or carpets everywhere, putting light everywhere. But that will all come when I'm making my base there, so it'll be fine. It will be fine. There we go. Powered rails I need. How many of those can I make? Oh, I need redstone powder probably. Yeah. Dust. Redstone dust. Right on. 6 of those. Very nice. No, put that in here because I may need it later at some point. You never know. Put some mob drops there. Right. And back again. If I'm gonna make a little... Ooh. Wow. Terrible neighbors. Always making a mess of my yard. I don't even have milkshakes. Right. What was I saying? Yeah, if I now make a little loop, then with a moving minecart, then I don't need 2. I thought I was going to use 2 hopper minecarts, but I'm going to make only 1 now. There we go. It will all be amazing. Amazing. Right, ugly, ugly farm. That it is, but it will be fine. Right, so I'm gonna put rails there too. Oh. There, some powered rails. Oh, no, 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 no. That is not how that's supposed to go. That's better. That makes more sense. Alright. That was the sound. That was the sound of what do you call it? Of a creeper landing in the farm above us. Now, I punctured a hole there and I lost my rails, but that's not a problem. I just need to fix this real quick. Because I need an extra space for a redstone signal. For the powered rail. In fact, I need that on that side as well, so I'm gonna have to... yeah. Do it slightly different than what I was doing. It's so easy to break the netherrack, it makes a mess. Right. So this should work. Hopefully. Now I do need more redstone torches. Oh, did I put that in the ender chest? I did. Figured it, yeah. Okay. Grab them, redstone torches. Get some sleep. Oh, monsters. Where's the monsters? There we go. 2 of those. That can go back. Okay. That's all beautiful. Where's the mobs? Where's those monsters that are nearby? I just want to sleep. Well, I don't know where they are. Meanie patches. That's what they are. Right, so that there, that there. That one there. One next to that. Make the circle. Put that one over there. And that one there. Oh, no, I did it wrong actually. Duh. This one needs to be here. Yep. That's it. Right, redstone torches. Put those next to the... Oh! I didn't think of that. That's right underneath the... Oh, that's a problem. That's right underneath the pistons. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I did not think of that at all. Okay, well that's also not a problem. Because let's be really honest, I don't actually need that many hoppers now. I only realized it just now. That's a fallacy, I don't need them. In fact, I only need one hopper really. And that's this one. Yeah, I didn't even realize. There we go. That's all I really need. Yep. Of course the minecart will go over that and give the stuff. I did not think of that at all. I normally make a different setup, but this'll work. This'll work. We will do it that way then. It's all good. That works. Right. Let's redo this. So I didn't need to make that hole at all. But that's okay. And I also don't want to put one redstone block here because that's gonna lock the hopper. Right. Right. We're on it now. We've got this. Oh, that's still gonna block it. Oh, yeah, that's still next to it. I wonder if this is gonna work then. Is one redstone block enough to go round? Ooh, I don't know. I don't actually know if that's enough. We'll have to see. It is. Right on. That should be it. That should be a collection system. Now I need to have a chest to put all the stuff in. The chest will be... Ooh, it's a bit low. What am I gonna do there? How am I gonna do that? Right, I'm gonna just extend this a little bit more, because I think that's working for us so far. Gonna make the space a little bit bigger even. There we go. Oh, hold on, that's one too low. That's not in the right spot at all. Yeah, I made that hole too big. Right, so there. And there, yep. If I now do this, then it should be dry in there too. Oh, it's not. What's wrong? Oh. It's still coming in. Why is it coming in though? Ah, yeah, because the button is waterlogged. I think. Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, let's fix that as well. There, now it's not water source blocks. So now this should actually keep it dry. Yes, there we go. There we go. There we go. Sorted. I can pick that up now. Oh no, that's actually keeping my rails safe. So let's keep that there. Little chest there. There we go. Now, will we get anything? Because I do already hear a skeleton above me, but I don't know if that's in the farm or not. Right, let's place the trident in there again. There we go. Then we close it off. Turn that on. And now we're gonna have to see if we can get some mobs in there. Question is a little bit how far away do we have to AFK? And to be fair, there is a shallow area, so I don't really want to go there. But I think this should already be okay. I think we should be able to get some spawns here. Oh, I should have stared up. Not good. There we go. Now let's find a sweet spot. It should normally be higher up and further away, but in the beginning I'm just gonna see where the spawns start. Then I can keep an eye a bit on the area. And I first need to check if if the drops are gonna get collected or not. So. It would be great if we would see something start spawning. Guess I'm gonna go up a little bit and see where the sweet spot is. Normally it's in the middle of the height of the farm, roughly. The actual spawn area. But not too far away from that area, so that they don't despawn before the trident killer kills them, so. Oh, no, we've blocked it off. Oh dear. They're not gonna come through because I actually put blocks in the way. So let's undo that first. Now this is gonna get very risky then. Because if creepers fall through. Yep, there are creepers there. No, 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 don't blow up, don't blow up. Ooh. That would be bad. That would be very, very bad. Alright. Almost there. There's another creeper there. And there we go. Good stuff. Now I will need to get a little bit more glass later and fill it up again. But that works. There we go. We should have a working farm now. Oh, did those items get collected? Of course they did. 3 gunpowder already from 1 creeper over 2 or 3 creepers. Yay! This is going to be okie dokie. Like I said, very, very basic farm. But if it works, it works. I'm not gonna complain, and all I need to do is just, you know, slowly get some gunpowder. I don't care if that takes a couple hours, I'm just gonna stand here and do absolutely nothing anyway. Now I need to find a spot where I get enough spawns, but again that may be a little bit of a... We need to just find a sweet spot first. Yeah, I need to make sure that nothing else spawns around here either. That includes there. Oh, yeah, that's good. Just be careful. Great. Great, good stuff. There we go. That was a creeper. We saw it happen. Yeah, not quite yet. I'm scared a little bit I'm on the wrong side because of the shallow water there. Maybe I should be right here, above the deep bit. That actually makes way more sense. Let's do that, and let's go higher up as well. Yep. Although I really just want to hang out here-ish. Come on, creatures. Come on, you mean mobs. Well. Alright, let's do that. Let's go in that direction for a bit. Instead. Because it's a lot less shallow here than it was over there. That may have a big impact. So. And once I find a spot again, I can make a really nice AFK space, but there's no point in doing that now before I find a good spot. Right, this is normally where I would AFK, roughly this distance. So let's see what we get. Yeah, see, this is the big difference with Java as well. Java, it's just a certain distance is set. Here it depends on your how many chunks you load and. And I believe the spawn distance is between 22 and 50 blocks. So I want to be 22 blocks away from most spawn spots, but not more than 50 of the kill chamber. I'm a bit surprised that nothing is in that room now in the kill chamber. Especially considering that diagonal blocks are 1.4. Count as 1.4. We'll just go a little bit further away and see what happens, but at this distance we know things spawn, because we've seen swing spawn on that path over there while we were building the farm. So this may become either a case of spawn proofing all the areas around us, or AFKing above the farm, which is totally possible. Because this does not seem to generate anything, which is very strange. Very strange indeed. I almost want to go look inside there. Maybe they're getting stuck somewhere, or that's very possible. Saw something fall. There we go. Little zombie. And a skeleton. Okay, I'm gonna stay in this spot. If they keep coming, then we found a good spot. Well, I can't say that it's super active. And I should definitely get more spawns than this. Now I am basing this whole thing on what I've built on a realm. Don't know if that's a big difference. Maybe I've got too many chunks loaded, or... Good question. Nope, don't quite see anything. I do wonder if they are stuck somewhere. I don't think they should. Should be able to move around, I think. Okay. This is a bit of an odd situation. There we go, that's a skelly. There's a creeper. Yeah, so maybe I was too far already. I mean, that's really close by though. Typical bedrock thing. Can we get some more spawns, please? That would be nice. Or more kills, I should say. Hmm. I still believe we're gonna have to maybe go into the farm and actually see if things are stuck. Yeah, let's do that, because I don't know about this. Oh, well, I hear monsters, see? So maybe they are stuck. It is absolutely possible. Yes. There are many creatures stuck. Right, so why aren't they moving and why aren't they falling is the question. That's the very first layer already. There's plenty. So I need to figure out why those do not go through the farm. They should totally go through. What's wrong here? Why are they all stuck and standing still? Ow! Ooh, that was risky. I'm surprised I lived. I survived that. Oh my god. Yeah, that all works fine. The collection is fine, but why are they not moving is the question. Maybe instead of trapdoors, I need to put something else there. Or maybe they don't think trapdoors are closed anymore. Does that not work anymore? Do I have to go back to coral fans or whatever? If you don't know what I'm talking about, trust me, it's been a hassle with mob farms. Right. So what's going on? See, there's plenty of mobs in there. They just don't want to move. Okay, that's the problem. Why are they not moving? Why are they not going through that? Oh, oh no, I'm inside. What the heck? Oh, I sat on it. That's what it is. I sat on the llama. They killed each other. Right, well, this is not good. You can hear below us. There's plenty of mobs there too, I think. And if they are all spawning... Hold on, I'm not gonna leave the llama in here, that's not good. But yeah, this is an issue. They should literally pathfind and then fall through these... But if they're not moving... Yeah, there's one. There's one, 2, 3. So there's plenty of mobs spawning. So, okay, so... Ooh. So I'm guessing it's the fact that I use trapdoors that makes them not move. That makes no sense. That used to be... We've always used trapdoors. Okay, perhaps that is possible. No. I've never used bamboo trapdoors. Would that be a thing? Would that be a difference? Am I gonna have to try other trapdoors, or should I just try buttons instead? I don't think buttons stop spiders from spawning anymore, that's the problem. But this obviously also doesn't work, so... They all spawn, but they seem to be stuck. Oh, or should I go back to old fence posts? That only was a problem when I did creepers only. Yeah, I'll go back to fence posts maybe. I'm gonna have to literally redo all these layers, but I'll just do 1 or 2 layers first and see if that works. This is a bit of a hassle. I thought this was gonna be a short stream, but I'm gonna have to do this, so let's go. Absolutely. Absolutely have to do it. I can hear so many mobs in there. This is absolutely crazy. Okay. Let's do this. There we go. Let's hope they don't get stuck on these anymore. Oops. Because that would be terrible. But we're gonna have to try. And if these do work, well, we can see that there's plenty of mobs spawning, so we'd be in business at that point. I think we can make this work. And if you do ever get stuck in this sort of stuff, they change stuff all around all the time, so just try different configurations, be patient, you know. It can be really frustrating. But we're gonna have to just stick to it. Right, so that's that. Now let's do the same thing over there. Or even 1 lower. Is this right? No, 1 lower. There we go. We fill that up. There we go. Same thing. Open it up. Establish that there's indeed mobs in there. Kill the mobs. Then we're gonna have to replace the... Yeah, see, they're just standing still. There's something wrong with the fact that they can't pathfind. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna guess that a fence post might actually not solve this problem at all, but we're gonna try. I'm at least very encouraged by the fact that there's plenty of mobs in here. Because if they would all fall down pretty quick, then we would get decent rates. For sure. Right. There we go. That's another layer done. Let's hope it works. We'll close this off. We'll do the same thing again. We'll go down a few blocks. Take that away. There we go. Let's have a glance. What have we got here? Oh, there's a zombie. More than one zombie, actually. Good stuff. Is there anything else here? Nope. Okay. Let's do the same thing. And if this doesn't work, if the fence posts don't work, we're gonna have to try something else. Maybe the buttons, or maybe we do exactly this, but we create a taller ceiling. If we would have a ceiling that has 2.5 blocks above it, or is it 2.5 blocks above, we could probably make that work. Now that setup obviously wouldn't work if you want to limit this to just creepers, because you use the limitation of the height for that, but if you want to have most things spawn except for spiders, then this is, you know, you should get away with this. Not a problem. But then I said that about the trapdoors too, so let's see how far we get. I hope they don't get stuck on this. And notice how you hear less mob sounds now. So I think we spawned creatures in from the top because those were far enough away, and the bottom layers probably were too close. So we need to be slightly further away when we AFK to make all layers activate. Alright, let's try this. You go one more lower, yep. Ooh. There we go. I don't expect anything on these layers, nope. And that's okay. Alright. Now I don't think I have enough trapdoors actually. I think I need 5 by 5 is 25 and I had 21. I say trapdoors, I mean fence posts. Not quite the same thing. Right. I do have more wood, so I can make some more, but not many. And there we go. There we go. Now this is very tedious, but I more or less said beforehand this is going to be a bit boring. Especially because I'm very used to living on a realm, and everything's different on a realm. It really is, though. Yeah, see, top layers, 2 layers were used in full, and the bottom 2 or 3 layers are not at all. There we go. There we go. Another layer done. Now, I think we have one more layer underneath this. And then I'll run out of fence posts again. So, we'll see how far we get. Well, I actually know exactly, of course, because we need 25 per layer and we only have 19. I think we might just be able to make a few more. Or is this the layer where the water is? Ah, yeah, so we did do it already. Yeah. we're done. Alright, let's see if this at all makes a difference. Of course, I hope it does. I'd like to see creatures spawning now, thank you. I hope they don't get stuck on the fence posts as well, because that used to be exactly the problem. That's why I don't use fence posts anymore. Yeah, I hear enemies. That's good. Curious how can I hear 3 of the 4 pistons? Now I hear all 4. Now I hear 3. Now I hear 2. No. Oh. Ah, now I'm out of blocks. That's great. So typical. Here 1. 2. 3. 4. Interesting. Never really played around with that, but... Yeah, I'm way too close. I'm too close to this. I should be much further away. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm afraid we're gonna have to investigate again if this keeps like this. And if we find mobs again, stuck basically, well, I guess we know what to do. It's so strange that we do get spawns, but they don't want to move and fall through the trapdoors. I wonder if the bamboo is different than other trapdoors. Shouldn't be, right? Yeah, no, not really. In fact, not at all. Ooh, I saw something. Yep, there we go. There we go. That was 2 zombies. Give us more. This is probably by far the more, or should I say, boring episode I've done so far, but it's pretty important, and this really should have worked already. I don't know why it's not. This should be fine. Hmm. Nope, no clue. This is very, very strange. Very strange indeed. I'm gonna have to peek into it again, but it's getting very late. I wasn't actually planning on playing this long at all. Right, let's see what's going on now. Oh, I hear them. I hear the mobs again. Why are they stuck? Oh no, I hear a spider. I heard a spider, so there's something absolutely wrong now. Why would a spider spawn in here? That makes no sense. Unless I forgot a pillar. Yeah, they're still not moving. Right, there's something wrong with this. They should be going into those trapdoors and they're not. They're not even trying. Here, now they see me, they're still not coming to me. So no, this is not right. There's something wrong about this. And that spider should not be there. Unless I forgot. Alright, let's check that too. What's the deal over there? Why is that spider? Where did that spawn? How is it possible for a spider to spawn in here? Do they ignore... Ah, no. No, there is no spot. So, spiders ignore fence posts now. That is not good. Right. So then I can only think of one solution, and that's unfortunately make all the layers 3 tall. And use the trapdoors, because that worked against the spiders. That means I'm gonna have to cut out 1 or 2 of the layers, unfortunately. That is terrible. That is pretty bad. Right. Let's put trapdoors back. Just to confirm, I'm gonna have to try that. But you've clearly seen the spider. So our current situation can't be fixed with fence posts, because we get spider spawns. And they cannot put down the holes, so they will just literally clog up the mob count. Oh man, oh man. Okay. How am I gonna solve that? I'm actually not gonna solve that. I think the only thing I can do is literally up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to up every layer. Okay, let's start at the bottom. This is gonna be extra boring now, but I'm gonna have to do that. That is crazy though, they get stuck so bad. I'm already at it for 2 hours, I was planning to do 1. Well, I suppose it is what it is. This does need fixing though. That's the water. And 1, 2, and then that's the first layer of the farm, I think. Yep. Indeed. Okay, so the only thing I can do is make these trapdoors again. And I'm gonna take the ceiling out. Oh, this is gonna be a chore. This is gonna be a really, really annoying chore. It already has been. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to take the entire layer above me out. And hope creepers don't fall down, because that would be a big issue. Let's see if there are any creepers. I don't think so. No, should be safe. Oh, what a hassle, what a hassle. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this entire layer out. And place it exactly one block higher up. However annoying that is. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Now I definitely don't say much anymore because I'm obviously not too happy about how this is going, but it is what it is. And if this really is a thing, I mean, I've not built any mob farms since 1.20, I think, so could be that something's slightly changed again, and we'll learn. And once it runs, so with the number of spawns, I have no doubt it will run. We just need to make them able to move, which is what we're doing now. So I will now, instead of doing 1, 2, I will do 1, 2, 3 and place the next layer there. And then we'll take that one out and do exactly the same thing. And then they'll have an extra block above their head to move. And they should be okay. I mean, that's the only thing I can actually imagine it being at this point. You can clearly hear the mobs are there, there's plenty of spawns. We just need them to be able to move. Oh dear, out of blocks. So now I'm gonna have to go down and actually collect them. Because they'll be in the filters, hopefully. Or in the goodies chest here. Yep. Yeah, 6 gunpowder is not much. We need to get more. We need to get more. Right. Right. So that's that. Now I need to get up one layer. Right, well, we're gonna have to use this instead then. It seems I'm out of netherrack. Right. Right, so this is the layer, yeah. I need to be very careful here. 'Cause there's probably mobs on this layer. Yep, indeed. There we go. What is that? Is that two mobs? Oh yeah, there's a zombie villager and a zombie. Okay. Now, in this case though, if I take this entire layer out, and the layer below this also has 3 space. And then we only have the top 2 layers to think about. Right, so I'm going to take all this out. This better work, guys. And you're never too old to learn and to figure things out in Minecraft. That shows, because this used to be a very basic and working farm. Right, see, now I've got 3 layers there too. Good. So that should be the, or the 3 blocks I should say. So this should be the second layer that's tall enough for them to move in. If this doesn't fix it, I'm gonna have to look up a design and do it that way, because this really should just work. It's crazy that it doesn't. There we go. Mm-hmm. Right, so I need to make sure that the trapdoors are on the same side. Trying to go too fast now. Normally I set this up in about 40 minutes. It's a bit different this time. But that's okay. Now they can't not move, because they got plenty of headspace everywhere. Spiders shouldn't spawn, because they can't spawn on trapdoors. Oops. Ooh. Well. Happy there's no mobs here. See, this is slightly taller now. I think this should work. I hope this works. What else can a man think of? to this bit. There. Now we go up again. One, oh, 1, 2, 3. That's now one too many, but I'm not gonna put it down. Well, yeah, if I do put it down one, no, it's still not gonna be good enough. If I put it down one, oh, that would be 3, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's do that. Yep, let's do that. So this needs to be lowered one. But sure. I think I'm gonna have to take a quick toilet break and get a drink and stuff soon. There we go. A bit confused why this is open this way, but hey, whatever. I suppose. Yeah, this needs to be lowered one, eh? Yeah. Yeah, such a chore. I imagine this is also very dark. Even be able to see anything on the stream. But it is what it is. I can't really... I can do this, but it will obviously be a bit of a hassle when I'm done. Right. Now if I put that one layer lower, I should have 3 blocks for this and 3 blocks for that layer. So that should be good. Now, I do believe I should take a little break. Go for a wee, get a drink. I hope 5 minutes, but it may be 10. Or should I just stop the stream and continue the stream? Yeah, I'm probably better off doing that. I'm almost there though. Almost there. Okay, let's continue. There. And then that would be 1, 2, 3 as well, right? I think. 1, 2, 3, yes. Yeah, this should be it. It should be it. Must be very frustrating to watch this if you do know the solutions. If you already knew that that was going to be a thing. Yup. But hey, we'll get there. And again, once this works, it's all good. Making good progress here. There we go. Now climb up there. Try and kill the mobs first. If there are any. There aren't. Good stuff. Trapdoors on that side. Let's do this. Oop. There. Oh, no way. No way that creeper saw me and blew it up. Oh my god. That was bad on my part. Oh my god, I laugh about it, but that's terrible. Well, what can I do? Except just go in and fix it. Which is what I had to do anyway. I was already in there fixing it, so... Look at that. What a mess. What an absolute mess. Wow. That was definitely not very nice. But hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to just get on with it. There's not much else I can do. Not much else we can do. Okay. Now we've got 4 left, not 5. So I am 1 short, but I have another bit. There we go. Right, so that's that floor. That was a bit of a boo-boo. But we're in one piece. Let's go up a bit and see what we can do there. So that's probably the last layer where we have to make a big adjustment. This is 3 now. Should be fine. Oh, I need to take that torch away. That's what. I was gonna forget that. Right. Let's close that up. Let's go up. This should be the last layer. Right. Now in this layer I don't have to do much except to replace the fence posts with trapdoors and then raise the ceiling slightly. Big hole. no. That was not good. That was also not good. There we go. Ooh, what a hassle doing this. What an absolute hassle. Let's go. Let's do this. Right. Let me jump in here. Ooh, no. I'm doing it again. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Why do I keep doing that? Well, for one, it may be tired. Because... yeah. I started tired already, so... okay. Now then. Let's do this once again. Right. Now, this will have to go. If I am raising this whole thing a little bit. I really do hope this works, because otherwise I'm a little bit clueless. This I can imagine. I can clearly see that the mobs are getting stuck. But yeah, if that doesn't do the trick, somehow I think it will. There we go. Now let's add one more layer to this. I know I don't have enough of the material, but it's gonna have to be something else then. It is what it is. I'll try and do the outline with netherrack for the outside. Good. Okie dokie. Let's see. It should be enough for the outline. There we go. And now all I need to do is put a roof on this. Oh no, actually I need to put trapdoors on there too. We're not done yet, but close. Thank God we're close. Okay. Let's do that, and let's do that. No, actually I'm gonna get out of that bit. That's where I'm gonna leave this place. Oh. There we go. Now then. The last ceiling bits. Oh no, I did it again. What the heck? How do I keep doing that, honestly? Trying to rush is almost always a bad thing, isn't it? And now I'm even destroying the ladder, believe it or not. This is crazy. Oh. Making a mess. Making an absolute mess of it. Right, back in here. Making a roof. There we go, a few more layers. Or rows, a few more rows. Ooh. Not enough materials with me again. I need to do one more row of material. But yeah, I'm definitely not putting iron blocks there. That's a bit too much. Okay. We're close. We're very close. Ooh, no, no, ooh. That was a bit too close. I should not be doing that. Alright. Let's clear up a bit. There we go. One more stack. Let's clear this up a bit as well. There we go. And there we go. And that should be our farm. At least 4 layers wide. It should be functional. They shouldn't get stuck anymore. So let's see what happens now. After 2.5 hours of this. That was definitely not the intention. Alright, now then. Come on, mobs. Let me first clear this out. There. Are we now gonna get any mob spawns? At this... Oh, did I leave it open? Is that an open hole? Oh, that would mean there's light coming in. That doesn't work. Yep. Oh dear. Oh dear. No, not a torch. Oh no, I did a torch. I'm making so many blunders. Right, there we go. Now then, back to it. Now there shouldn't be any openings anymore. Yes? No? Let's see what happens. If they still don't come down, then yeah, I'm not sure. Ah, there we go. That was one zombie. I'm gonna need a lot more than that to be convinced that it's okay now. There. Come on now. Yeah, at least something came down. Yeah, no clue where I should be and how far away I should be. That's now also, I'm doubting that too now. There's a zombie. Yeah, it's not going very fast. Not sure what to think about this. Not sure what to think at all. Can I get any spawns from here? There's a zombie. There's a creeper. Well now. Well, it doesn't seem to be working very fast, but there's another zombie. At least some things are spawning now. It's better than before. But it is still very, very, very slow. There's another zombie. Alright, well if it keeps going like that, it's not fast, but I suppose if I AFK long enough, you know, and it doesn't hurt me to just block myself in for a few hours and see what happens. Tomorrow morning if I come back, maybe I've got enough. If I don't, I can always look into what's going on and why it's not working properly. Like I said, this used to work perfectly fine this way. Now it does not. It is not good anymore. This is not a very effective farm at this point. But I do see things dying, so there are spawns. So I think I'll just take it for now. Yep, I will definitely be thinking about another type of farm if I do get back from the end. Because this is definitely not efficient enough. It's pretty bad. I don't know why though. It really is a bit of a mystery to me, to be fair. I genuinely believe this should work. There is a zombie. Yeah. Yeah, we are gonna get gunpowder this way. It's just not gonna be very fast, I suppose. But that's okay. It works, it works. I'll take it. There's another zombie. I do at least see them coming. Another zombie. There we go. Could do with a bit more creepers, eh? Right, the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump in there. And I'm going to make sure that I spread out the gunpowder a little bit. I mean this, just so that I am sure there's space for it. But let's be fair, once the zombies start dropping armors and shovels and stuff, the storage fills up really quick. Strange thing is, normally I would just stand here. Now to be fair, I would put the farm higher up. But I still believe even like this it should spawn mobs. There we go. Yeah, see, so I am right. It's not the distance at all. There we go. It really was the height of the layers, I suppose. What a situation. There we go. Right, well I'll just stand here then and do some mending while I'm at it. Yep, convinced now. It at least works. It is still very slow. But hey, slow is better than not. So I think I'll just accept that and deal with it. Ooh. Not enough wood. Right. Do it like this then. Interesting. Alright, peoples, that is, I guess that's it. I mean, there's not much else I can do. All I can hope is that that it spawns enough for me to get some gunpowder so that very soon we can go and fight the dragon, because I'm not sure about this at the moment. Not sure at all. But I guess we're gonna just have to deal with it like this. It is what it is. I'm gonna block myself in right here. Because the spawns seem to be fine when I stand here as well. Don't even have one more glass? Nope. Oh well. Just one more mob. Show me one more mob. Come on now. And let it be a creeper, huh? Right. Well, that's it for now. Lights out. Thank you for watching. If you did, you're a trooper, because it really doesn't get any more boring or annoying like this than this. So, hope the rest of your day is great. Love you, bye.